Guys, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Enjoying
Taking-
Permissionless?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's been pretty lively, I'd say.
Yeah.
A lot of events, a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
To start it off, let's do some introductions for each of you, so people can kind of get an idea of, you guys' prior background, how you got into the space.
Sure.
So whoever wants to go first, Jeremy.
Sure. Sure. I'm Jeremy. I'm head of engineering at Autonomys. I spent the first 15 years of my career in traditional finance as a quant. So
Nice.
loved building models, kind of more mathematical, but really kind of got passionate about software. So I left the finance world to get more into software development and building things, and then kind of stumbled into crypto, not from a financial aspect, but more from a technology aspect. So it's been a great thing. So did that about 5 years ago. Since then, started with the application layer, and then kind of got into protocol development, and now running head of engineering at Autonomys, building layer 1 blockchain.
Very cool.
Cool. Thanks, Jeremy. I'm Chris. I'm the chief of staff at Autonomys. I spent a lot of time in the warehouse management and logistics space before kind of pivoting into Web3, and got some experience in tech, and ended up doing some stuff in Web3 marketing, ended up getting more into open metaverse protocols, ended up meeting the team, started writing more independently in the space, and then ended up joining Autonomys as a writer initially, and then did some stuff in product, and now I'm here. So yeah, it's been fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what is Autonomys? What is your guys' mission? What are you trying to do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Autonomys is a hyper-scalable, verticalized DAI blockchain. So yeah, I mean, what else do you want to say?
So from a little more technical on it.
Sure.
So we're building a layer 1 blockchain. It's focuses on being the foundation layer for what we call AI 3.0. So
Okay.
AI 1.0 would be kind of what we did when I was a quant, which is machine learning, much more like passive predictive analytics. AI 2.0 would be the centralized generative AI. So now it's become a little more interactive. It's not just I like to compare it to the web 1, web 2. It's kind of the read write aspect, but AI 3.0 is kind of a more human centric, decentralized AI, and so we're trying to be a foundation layer for that. What are the foundational things AI needs? Data and compute. So from a data standpoint, our consensus mechanism is based on storage. I won't get into the technical like nitty gritty of it, but at the end of the day, what our miners, that we call farmers, they provide storage. That storage that they're providing will store the history of the blockchain. The more storage they have, the more rewards they can earn. They can do this on very kind of low-end hardware. They just need to have SSDs. What that means, though, is that data, which is typically a burden for blockchains, kind of becomes fuel for ours. So we can handle vast amounts of data without it becoming like a bloat issue that most blockchains will face. And on the compute side, we have a decoupled execution layer that is much like, you can think of as like layer 2s within the Ethereum ecosystem. In our system, they're more enshrined, but it allows for, while the farmers or our miners are very low-end hardware requirements, we can have very high-end hardware requirements for different domains, which are our layer 2s. So they can do different things. It can be an EVM, which is what most people are used to. We have an identity-focused domain, but we'll also have AI training domains, heavy compute. That's not an issue because it's kind of put within each domain. So yeah, that's what.
Awesome. I've heard the term decentralized AI thrown around a lot during this event. It seems to be like a whole new thing now. Spoke to a few people about it, but would love to also get your take on it, like what it means, like decentralized AI and its impact.
Sure. I mean, this came up a lot during the DAI conference that was on Wednesday. And the question is like, why does AI need to be decentralized, right? The idea is like OpenAI is a centralized for-profit thing, right? And it was never meant to be that way. It's concerning and upsetting to people that we may be facing a future where like all of the big data and all these large models are being controlled by a small group of people. That's bad. Like we
Okay.
want to democratize access in the same way that Web3 is democratized access to using money, right? So having these decentralized models and then having them be sourced and being held and stored somewhere that's also decentralized could lead to a potential future in like a post-labor economics sort of situation where less people are working. Therefore, how are you going to make money, right? How are you going to? And we don't necessarily think that UBI is the complete solution. Having universal basic income for people, like we need to be able to find a way to empower people to make money in the future. And one of the ways to do that is to own things that can make money and can host certain things. So by having decentralized models, you could be able to put that power back into people individually, as opposed to just having like Google, Apple, Facebook, FANG companies, institutions owning everything, and then essentially deciding your fate and deciding, online, like what is true, like deciding essentially everything in the future.
Awesome. Are you guys currently working with any decentralized AI projects?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Any in particular that you can announce?
Yeah, I mean, we had a Spaces yesterday with GenLayer, which is building like intelligent contracts, and they use essentially large language models to kind of change around. Like essentially, it's like smart contracts on steroids that are like able to change accordingly depending on what conditions arise. So it's just more adaptability in the space. But as time's going on, and since the blockchain is going to be, the consensus layer is launching in a couple of weeks, we're hoping to announce a lot more like ML related projects that are wanting to be on chain.
Okay, cool. And then what are you guys trying to get out of permissionless while you're here? Are you looking for more of like the gen layers of the world to work with, more partners, people to collaborate with, or is there another objective?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely finding more partners is a big thing. Starting to having the network participate in the decentralized AI movement, which at this point is pretty small, is also a big one too. And then recognizing that when the initial architecture of this blockchain was created, these things didn't exist. It's just that it just so happens to be that the architecture lends itself extremely well for storing data, something that we need a lot of for decentralized AI. So yeah, meeting people, talking to people, getting the word out there, and having people recognize that these ideas, they're still nascent, but they are doable.
Okay. And then when are you guys rolling out Autonomys? Is it out now? Is it like something that people can start building with, or?
So we've been running an incentivized testnet for about the last year. We shut that down about a month ago. And we will be launching our mainnet phase 1. So that like the first step, which will just be our consensus chain. We'll be launching that within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
So if all goes well. But we've been doing dress rehearsals with the community. Things are looking good. I think we'll be out there, which is pretty exciting for a team that's been working on this for years.
Long time.
A lot of people haven't heard of us, and to the point of why are we at Permissionless? We've been internally building for a long time, and now it's kind of
getting the name out.
Trying to get it. Yeah, it's time to be talking to the world about what we've accomplished.
What else is on the roadmap in terms of, it could be development stuff that come along with Autonomys, or it could be, you guys going out doing things like Permissionless, other conferences, events. What should people be looking for?
So we will be at DevCon next month. So that is next month. So we're excited. We should have a pretty decent size contingent there. From a tech standpoint, we're launching phase 1, which is just the consensus chain, which could be thought of as like the layer 1. But the decoupled execution portion of it which the layer 2s will likely be launching in February. Q1. Okay. Q1 2025. So so pretty excited about that as well. We're also working on the application layer. So we're building some of the things. Auto Drive is kind of a data access layer. So where developers will be able to use the blockchain as a data layer, and then be able to have high performance kind of throughput via Auto Drive. That'll actually be coming out also with the consensus launch. So that'll be something immediately available.
Okay. And ahead of the consensus launch, do you guys have any docs or anything available online where developers can kind of dive into, get ahead of it?
Absolutely. We have docs.autonomous.xyz, and then also the academy.autonomous.xyz. There's a lot of information there on everything Autonomous, from how the protocol works to how to build on it.
Awesome. Social media, website, community, Telegram, Discord.
Okay, sure.
Let's plug.
Yeah, let's absolutely plug autonomous.xyz as the website. If you AUTONOMYS.xyz. .xyz.
Autonomous with a Y.
Yes, it's going to just spell weird, but please remember Discord. Definitely join the Discord. Super active Discord community.
Okay.
Tens of thousands of people that are actively participating
Oh, wow.
all the time.
Big Discord.
Very big Discords. The testnets were hugely successful, hugely popular. Twitter is ramping up like crazy. We're having spaces like all the time. We had like a couple today, like at the same time. So like there's
Nice.
a lot of interest. Twitter, Discord, those are the best places to find the information that people will be looking for. From there, you're going to find the documents, anything you want to do, get started, easily be able to reach out for partnerships or learning more.
Awesome. We'll put all that stuff in the description for the episode below. So definitely shoot all that over. We'll make sure people can easily find it. But guys, thank you for taking the time. I know it's busy. Everyone's rushing around and trying to do things. So appreciate the time to be on the podcast and enjoy your last day of Permissionless, and hope you guys get to really maximize it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Likewise.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Awesome, guys.